Can everybody hear me? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Can everybody hear me? My chat is not moving. Okay, it's moving now. Everybody can hear me? Okay. Let me start all over. Let me start all over. Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Boy, they are doing everything they can to mess with me this morning, but that's okay. That's okay. So the more they try to F me up, the more I'm going to keep going. This is how I do. So let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know why this is cut off, but I'm not going to worry about it. It does say is Mother's Day a pagan holiday. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing about this society, it really don't care about the family. You know, they'll talk about it here and there, but at the end of the day, these folks don't care about no family. Because if they did, you would see them promoting the family. Well, the Most High does think the family is important. The family is so important that the fifth commandment is honor thy father and thy mother. You know why? Because in our world, family is important. That's why this is the fifth commandment. It does mean something. It has a lot of significance. And he doesn't say, honor thy father and thy mother through a holiday once a year. No, this scripture is written in a way where it's telling you this is what you always do. This is what you always do when it comes down to your mother and your father. It doesn't tell you to do this one day out of a year. You know, when I was growing up, one of my friends, her mother was she was sick a lot. And it was one period of time when her mother was feeling a little better, and she was doing, more for her children during this spurt where she was feeling a lot better. And I remember we were walking home from school and she says, "I just want to do something for my mother." And I told her I understand. And it was not long after Mother's Day passed. So this little chubby ass white boy had no business listening to our conversations, but you know how they are. If we are talking, their ear is bending. They're going to bend their ear to listen to everything we're saying. So we were just sitting and talking in class. And she says, "I want to do something special for my mom." And I said, "Well, that's cool." This old fat, roly poly dude that nobody was talking to turns around and said, "Why? Mother's Day just passed." And I had to tell him, I said, "Ain't nobody got to just do something on Mother's Day and then the rest of the year you do nothing." I said, "And stay out of our conversation. Ain't nobody talking to your fat ass." So anyway, y'all, they don't care about the family. You never hear them promoting the family. You know what their news in this country spend their time talking about? They spend their time talking about the A word. "Oh, we gonna have to get laws in place so we could stop these women from getting the A word." Well, that's not promoting the family. So they're so desperate over their dismal low birth rates that they're now trying to put laws in place to prevent their women from getting the A word and forcing them to have children. That's not promoting the family. That's not promoting the family. And or now, even if they get the R word happens to them, they still got to have that baby. That's not promoting a family. That's not promoting the family. See this scripture? Exodus 20:12. That is promoting the family. That is promoting the family. But what these Gentiles are doing, they don't promote the family, y'all. They are so busy trying to worry about careers, and the education system is nothing but a big scam. All that does is put you in debt for years to come. It does not promote the family. Even in education, they do not promote the family as part of that education. And I noticed that many years ago. And they, they'll sit and tell you, oh yeah, there's no fathers in the black homes, instead of saying, you know what? We need to promote family so that these folks will want to be with their children. You notice they never do that? We need to promote family. That way, we keep all families intact, regardless of the race of the family. We want the families to be intact. You notice they never promoted that over the year? All they did was take joy, and still do to this day. They take joy in coming and telling Black people, we are, what they're really saying to you, we have been successful in destroying the Black family. See, every time they come in your face and tell you the father ain't in the house and this, what they're doing is taking pleasure in the fact that they have destroyed the Black family. You got to look in between the lines of what they're saying. Whenever they are taking joy in something, they keep repeating it over and over and over and over. And that's what they have done all throughout the century. Oh, the Black father's not there. They're just patting themselves on the back for being successful in destroying our families. That's what they're really doing. The Father has told us multiple times he wants us to have families. He's telling you to honor your mother and father. In order for you to honor a mother and father, there's got to be a family, right? And then he tells us even more about having family. Be fruitful and multiply. I want you to get out here and have families. That's what he's telling us. He wants us to get out here, get married, have children, honor our mothers and fathers. And you can't do that unless he's letting you know family is important. See, everything in our book is about family and keeping the family together. Everything in the Gentile world is contrary to those things. Mass incarceration. Oh, y'all commit all the crimes. No, we don't. We have never committed all the crimes. Mass incarceration is another tool that have been used to destroy the Black family. Again, if this society was about family, they would not be about destroying families. They will destroy a family before they try to keep one intact. That's what their history shows. All right. So, and then of course, when our women went on assistance through the government, oh, well, that man can't be in the house. Again, they are more willing to destroy a family than to keep one intact. See, if America was smart, they would have been pushing family among every single group here. If they would have done that, promoted the family heavily among all the groups, this country would be strong right now. It would be strong right now. But since they went the route of promoting money and careers and investing your money and, get your money and do this and get your money and do that, this is all they're left with. They got money backed by nothing. But see, if they would have promoted the family, y'all, they would have had families backed by generations. That's what they would have had. Families backed by generations. But they didn't choose that. They chose money backed by nothing. And ultimately, that's what they're going to end up with. Nothing. It's heading in that direction already. So, one thing about our families, when I go out and I see a young couple with a baby, that's beautiful to me. That's beautiful to see young people growing together and having children and raising their children. That's a beautiful thing to see. It really is. And contrary to what they keep trying to push about fathers not being around, we still see these couples out there. We see them all the time, all the time. So let's get into the history. I'm sorry for being so preachy this morning, y'all. You can stop me and say, Lisa, shut up and get to the point. All right, y'all. So enough of that. I'm going to move on so that we can get to the history. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to babble like that. Okay. All right. So now a lot of people think the fake history that they put out about this woman, her mother died, and then 3 years later, she came up with Mother's Day. That's not what happened, y'all. We always get the fake version of history, and then you kinda gotta dig for the real history. Now, Mother's Day absolutely is a pagan holiday, ladies and gentlemen. It has pagan origins that go all the way back to the Greeks. Now, of course, they put ancient Greeks. They're not ancient at all. So, during the yearling spring festivals that they used to have, they used to pay tribute to a maternal goddess. This is what the Greeks would do. This is the origins of Mother's Day. In Greek mythology, a key figure by the name of Rhea, wife of Kronos, was the mother of various gods and goddesses. In addition, the Romans used to honor Cybele, another female goddess, during their spring festival, Hilaria. And the celebrations took place nearly 250 years before what they call Jesus Christ was born, and occurred during the Ides of March, when the they weren't ancient, the Romans would offer tribute to goddess, play games, and partake in different parades. Now, what do they do today during holidays? They do the same thing. All right, they party, have a good time, and we still see the parades out in the streets. And it just goes to show you, even though these are centuries late, years and years and centuries later, they still pretty much do the same thing. So they were having parades in the streets in the name of these goddesses that they used to pray to. All right. So, moreover, early Christians took place in England during a festival called Mothering Sunday. Followers of Christ would honor the Virgin Mary during the fourth Sunday of Lent. So now, today, ladies and gentlemen, they honor a Mother's Day, not only here in the United States. Mother's Day is also in other countries all over the world. And, consumer spending, again, you spending money, that's not honoring your mother, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, this is such a brainwashing that we have been looking at for so many years. Commerce is not honoring your mother. Getting you to spend money on flowers and gifts and stuff. No, that's benefiting their wallet. It is. It's benefiting their wallet. When I became a young mother, and I remember my husband was like, "Do you want anything for Mother's Day?" And I said, "Just do something here. I don't want you going out there." So he would just make me breakfast and just, just do kind things. I didn't need him to run out and get me flowers and all that. I didn't need that. You know? If you want to do something, just do something with things we already got. You don't have to run out there and get anything for me. But little that I knew, I see that was before I was in the truth. That was before I was in the truth. And I said, I guess I was almost there and not quite there, but almost there. But really, it's just another day of commerce. It's a day they're profiting off of. They really don't care about your mother and all that stuff. See, they put all that Mother's Day cards and candy and this and that because they know people are going to go out there and buy it. And it's really, they don't care about mothers at all. It is a big commerce day. And when Father's Day come, that's going to be another big commerce day in the country. That's all they care about. That's all they care about. Again, if they were about mothers and fathers, they would have been promoting the family all along. And they didn't. So you can see this holiday is about honoring the Greek and Roman goddesses that they used to pray to hundreds of years ago. That's the origins of Mother's Day. So, no, Gentile holidays are trash. All of their holidays are trash. We are not Gentile, and we should never care about their holidays. If you want to say Happy Mother's Day, then quote the fifth commandment, because that's something we got to do all the time, not just one day out of the year. Quote the fifth commandment. All right. Quote the fifth commandment. Like I said, families are always spoken about. Look at how much they spoke about Jacob and his family, Isaac and his family, Abraham and his family. We always spoke about the family, spoke about the wives, spoke about children, spoke about family. It's all throughout the Bible where families are spoken about. Noah and his family. They don't just say, "Oh, well, just talk about that once a year." No, we don't do that. We're not down like that. So I want to thank you for giving to Luis MG. Thank you so much. When is Bible study and for waking us to who we are. Okay. I did not post that yet. More than likely, it's going to be around 4 o'clock today, and I will get that posted soon. Lisa Jackson, thank you for the super chat. Shalom, yes, it's man made. Absolutely. All of their holidays are. All of them are. Yeah, yeah, that's all. That's why every single one of their holidays got commerce attached to it. All of them do. Because at the end of the day, it's all about making money. They don't care about your mothers and your fathers out here. They never have and they never will. They never will care about that. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So, you gotta see it for what it is, and you just gotta understand this country, as I stated, they're not about family. If they were really truly about family, then they would not have spent centuries tearing our families apart. From day one in chattel slavery, what did they do? Break up the family, sold the kids to someone, sold the mother to another person, sold the father to, you know what I mean? And all throughout the history, they have done nothing but destroy our family. And that right there should tell you they have never, ever been about family at all. Never been about family. So, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Boy, they did a number on me today. I got kicked out, I froze. And for a while, I was sitting here. I couldn't even start the live stream. They tried every trick in the book, but that's okay. We still got through it. At the end of the day, we still got through it. So, everybody, I have another live stream coming up at 11:45, so I hope to see you all then. In the meantime, I will work on trying to get the live stream up for later on this afternoon. Shalom, family.